If you're a theatre person, you may have heard of the Russian playwright Anton Chekhov and his actress-muse wife, Olga Knipper. You may have heard of August Strindberg and his actress-muse wife, Siri von Essen. You may even have heard of Frank Wedekind and his wonderful play, Spring Awakening, but who's ever heard of his actress-muse wife, Tilly Wedekind? Anybody? Nobody? Well, it's time to change that story. It's time to give Tilly a body and a voice. Not least because her story has strangely become my story. And in performing the solo play, Tilly Nobody, I've been struck by just how many people have come forward expressing their connections to the kinds of elements that the story holds. I first came across Tilly's autobiography, LULU, The Role of My Life, when I was cast as Lulu in London in the 1990s. It was in German, as you can see, so clutching my little schoolgirl dictionary, I began what turned into a 10-year task. I finished translating this book long after I'd finished playing Lulu, but by now I was a little bit in love with Tilly. I was thinking that the book was going to explain how Lulu had launched Tilly into stardom, but I discovered that actually Frank turned Tilly into Lulu in their married life together. I don't know if you know the character of Lulu, but she's a kind of fantasy woman, all things to all people, and innocent to some, a bisexual to others, and erotic provocateurs, who finally dies in an attic at the hands of the serial killer Jack the Ripper. Jack the Ripper was a real person. Lulu was Frank's fantasy. And in Tilly, Frank had found someone who not only played Lulu on stage to his Jack the Ripper, but someone who might be manipulated into Lulu in his life. The trouble is, Frank was extremely jealous, suffering what he called persecution mania. And eroticism and jealousy do not make good bedfellows. The solo play Tilly Nobody is inspired by Frank and Tilly's life and love, and it mixes in elements of his plays and his diaries and his letters and her autobiography and her diary and her letters with some mischief and invention and songs inspired by their words.